Yes, it is Ringside Rumble Radio here on Spreaker.com and free on iTunes. Anthony the Ant-Man alongside the returning, the man of mystery. He's been gone for 2 weeks, but he's back now. Keith Logan.
Oh, yeah.
The Loganator.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome back, my friend.
Thank you. Thank you.
Been a couple weeks layoff for you.
How have you been?
I've been good, trying to hold fort, but it's been a good couple of weeks of wrestling. We missed last week, both of us, but we are back now. We'll get into some issues that happened. These past 2 weeks of wrestling have been something like none other.
They've been a bit wild, I'd say. A
Yes.
little bit of a wild ride, and going into Extreme Rules this Sunday, it's going to be even wilder, I think.
It's going to be even wilder. You know why? Because we're going to be there. We will be there live Sunday night, starting at, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock?
I think we'll be there earlier, though.
We'll be there earlier, pregame a little bit, maybe.
I don't know about you. I need a good beverage and maybe a burger or chicken sandwich before we get in there.
Hey, you know what? Going to all those Devils games, they have these honey buffalo chicken fingers there.
Yes, I've had them.
I have to get those. Those are a must. They're so good. And then they got the sausage and peppers. I might just eat all night.
Hey, why not? Get a little extreme eating going in there.
Yeah, definitely. Extreme Rules eating for me and the Loganator. But we will be in attendance this Sunday night. Extreme Rules, and got a big card coming up for that. We'll get into that more towards the end of the show. We don't want to get too far into it because we got our predictions. And then we also want to hear from you. Let us know your predictions on what you think is going to happen this Sunday at Extreme Rules. You can follow us on Twitter.
Yes, at Ringside Rumble.
At Ringside Rumble. And like us on Facebook by searching us. Search us in the search engine, Ringside Rumble Radio. And we are going to be following this whole situation at Extreme Rules, what's going to happen with the World Heavyweight Championship. But let's start off with people who deserve to be talked about, and that's the women of the WWE. They got a nice, lengthy little thing at the end of the show, a little segment at the end of the show.
Contract signing
Between Natalya and Charlotte, and Ric Flair banned from the ring. If he does come in, she will lose the title.
Ric Flair, man, he is
the dirtiest player in the game.
The dirtiest player, but age is starting to creep up on him a bit. You could tell when he's talking on the mic and he's standing there in the ring. But I think it was a little drawn out. I do like the fact that they ended with the women's division, having them partake, I guess you could say, on the main event of Raw, if you want to call it the main event, the contract signing.
Yes.
But let me tell you one thing. Man, Natalya was looking good that night.
She looks good. She's in great shape. She's ready to go. She's always been a great wrestler. Her and Charlotte put together some great matches together. But the thing I took most away from this is the confrontation between Charlotte and maybe one Stephanie McMahon.
Helmsley.
That was the first time I've ever heard them all chant for Stephanie McMahon in the arena. So could we be seeing something in the works?
It seems almost like they're teasing a face turn. I mean, now that the Authority is not really the Authority anymore.
It's so hard to trust the McMahons because they turn on each other like nothing.
I know. It's like 2000 all over again. But it's interesting to see. I mean, now there's been a lot of talks with her and her memoir that's soon to be coming out. I guess she's starting to write it. The life of growing up in the WWE and the business and all. So now I think she'll be pushing that a lot. She was also on the WWE Facebook. She went live last week saying that she wanted people to hashtag and give her ideas for her book. So that's kind of playing to the fans, I guess you could say. So it'll be interesting to see how this will turn out. But it was good to see a contract sign between the females. I think that's bringing more prestige to the title now. You have this contract signing between both Natalya and Charlotte.
We also had the new addition to, I guess, Raw, Dana Brooke, come up to take on Becky Lynch
Mm-hmm.
in a match. Becky having a little tough time with this Dana Brooke.
You think they'll add them to the pre-show quickly, like at the end?
They might. They might.
I mean, they have this feud going on. Why not throw another show on the pre-card?
And boy, did the women take a tough loss losing Emma this week, because she is going to be out now. She just had surgery on her neck. She's going to be out for a little while, so it's hopefully a speedy recovery for Emma. Had just started hitting her stride. Love the new character. Love the darker version of Emma. And
it's better than her coming out dancing than
with Santino Marella.
Oh, God. Oh, yeah, I didn't like that one bit. But go on with your thought.
Yeah, I just thought that she was well on her way to maybe getting a title shot soon enough with the way her new characters come into play and the way how strong they've made her look. But it seems like she's going to be taking a lot of time off. Maybe she might be out for like a year, I think.
Really?
I
wow.
mean, neck injuries are nothing to come quickly back from.
Was it neck or back? Because I heard rumors online there was a back injury as well.
Could be. So
I'm not sure on that one. But what else? What else happened this week? I'm trying to think. Well, last week we all those cuts that happened. That was pretty bad.
It was
the Dark Friday, I guess, the Black Friday they call it.
Damien Sandow, Hornswoggle. At a time, we thought Booker T for a second, because you posted that Global Force was bringing in all these guys, and we saw Booker T, and we're like, what is going on here?
Zeb Coulter. Who else? Alex Riley.
Another one.
A big fan I was of Alex Riley. I thought he was underrated, and he actually could wrestle in the ring, and it wasn't like a promo and a character, so...
Well, we all know that Damien Sandow was the big one.
Yeah, I think that was the shock to everybody, because he was so much with the fans. Mm-hmm. When he came out, regardless if he was dressed in a ridiculous costume or he was wrestling in a battle royal for the pre-show, he got the biggest standing ovation, I think. So, but he's already signed. He'll be in Keyport. I believe it's in June, Keyport, New Jersey, for the Global Force Wrestling, as well as not Hornswoggle anymore, but just call him Swoggle. He'll be at
Swoggle's going to be there?
Yeah, which is an interesting character name, I guess. For
I thought that losing Damien Sandow was way bigger than losing Wade Barrett, who had really announced previously that he was leaving the WWE, or rumors had.
See, they misused Wade Barrett so much.
I'd have to disagree with you on that, because he'd had so many chances to prove himself, and injuries really screwed him over.
Well, to me, he was main event status. He could have been in the main event, and I don't think they gave him the fair amount. He was golden with Bad News Barrett. I think that was the best gimmick he had in his career. Then they had this revamped King of the Ring, throw it on the WWE Network, and then they do the whole, now let's make him King Barrett gimmick. And it was just, I think that hurt him more. And yeah, he said he was going to leave after his contract. Then they put him in the League of Nations, just kind of throw him in something so he's on TV for a little bit.
Who knew the King of the Ring would be such bad luck for people?
Yeah, I know.
It's like being on the cover of Madden.
Well, the only good one, King of the Ring was what? Rock and Stone Cold, correct?
Stone Cold. The Rock didn't
win. He made it to the finals, but he lost.
Yeah.
But let's see. Mr. Ass, you had 99. He was supposed to be this move him into the main event. He got hurt as well, and then I can't remember the rest of King of Rings right now. My mind's stuck on Extreme Rules right now. Anybody else that comes to mind?
No, yeah, it's just Bret Hart won the King of the Ring. Owen Hart won the King of the Ring.
Well, Bret Hart, he made it to the main event. Owen
Hart
was
was when the King of the Ring was on pay-per-view.
Yeah, and I think then King of the Ring, actually meant something. Now, like I'd say the 2000s, and then when they just had it this last year, it kind of was just thrown together like, oh, we missed the King of the Ring, let's throw it on the air and do a network special. But do you see any of these wrestlers that were released out of all of them?
Just really Damien Sandow to me.
See, I think Wade Barrett, because he made note that he is going away from wrestling, and there was talks about him becoming an announcer for soccer in the UK, so maybe that could be a big thing for him. Maybe acting could be in the cards for Wade Barrett. I mean, we've seen wrestlers cross over into the entertainment aspect of Hollywood. Look at The Rock. Look at Stone Cold. He has his own podcast. You have a few other wrestlers that have made it over into even John Cena seems now he's more of a celebrity. And now that he's hurt, he's not wrestling, but he has his new show. So
he has his new show, American Grit, and he'll also be hosting the 2016 ESPN ESPY Awards.
So, and he's been in movies too. Just last night I saw the movie with Tina Fey and Amy Poehler, sisters, and John Cena plays the big steroided out drug dealer. He's got the huge neck tattoo on.
He's also in Trainwreck, right?
Yeah, he's from Trainwreck. He's the boyfriend, I guess, or the boy toy, if you want to say. So he seems to be making that slow merge from wrestling to movies.
However, he will be making his return on the May 28th edition, or definitely that Memorial Day edition of Monday Night Raw. He, alongside 4 other wrestlers who Vince McMahon said will be back in the next 4 weeks. Who they are, we don't know. We know John Cena's coming back, but will we be seeing Randy Orton? Or maybe a Bray Wyatt or a Seth Rollins? Yes. I still laugh when you say Seth Rollins.
Seth.
You always say Zeth, though. That's all right. I just messed up Bray Wyatt's name. I said Bray Wyatt.
What are you, Looney Tune?
Yeah, man. It's a tongue twister, man.
Oh. So, yeah, that could be big, especially with SummerSlam around the corner. And that's like their biggest pay-per-view of the summer. Plus, you got Money in the Bank coming up after Extreme Rules. So maybe there'll be a mystery opponent in the Money in the Bank match. Whoever will win that briefcase. Anything's possible.
Hey, we'll see what happens, because I think Money in the Bank is the next pay-per-view, might be after Extreme Rules. So.
I just said that.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to a break. I think Anthony needs a break right now. Let's go to a break. When we come back, we'll get into the issue of the one WWE superstar who had to have a little bit of legal trouble. And after that, we'll talk more about Extreme Rules. You're listening to Ringside Rumble Radio here on Spreaker.com and exclusively free on iTunes.
I'm little teapot, short and stout.
Here is my handle and here is my spout.
No, Dad, like this. When I get all steamed up, then I shout, tip me over and
pour me out. This is WWE superstar Roman Reigns. The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
Visit fatherhood.gov, brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Would your business survive a disaster? Nearly 2/3 of businesses aren't prepared for an emergency, and 40% of businesses that experience a disaster never recover. Make an emergency plan now, before it's too late. For a free online tool that helps you develop an emergency plan to keep your business up and running should disaster strike, visit ready.gov/business. Brought to you by the Federal Emergency Management Agency, the American Red Cross, and the Ad Council.
Yes. It is Ringside Rumble Radio here on Spreaker.com and free on iTunes. We were we were gone for about a week. I was gone for 2 weeks, but we are back. We're ready for Extreme Rules this Sunday. And all I know is it better be rocking down at Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey on Sunday night. Wrestling fans love to get a little crazy in Jersey.